Hello and welcome to another video from gameclubtabletop.co.uk. Today we're going to be looking at another game. I'm going to do a little unboxing today and hopefully I'll be able to do some pictures of the models put together and start to get some paint on and some gameplays as well of this one. And today we're looking at the game of Moonstone, and we're going to do an unboxing of the 2-player starter set. So you can see the boxes are absolutely gorgeous. I've also brought another couple. These are a couple of the faction sort of booster boxes. This one is a Hogwash, which is a single model. You can see they're a bigger kind of character, but again beautifully modelled if you're into sort of Jim Henson stuff, Labyrinth, things like that. And then this is another one of the little sort of mini faction boxes that you can get. This one's called Rule the Roost, and then you can see you're going to get 3 minis in these: Goblin King, the Mortician, and the Herbert Growbottom. And again, these are little faction boosters, so that you can get extra models in. But the one I'm unboxing today is this 2-player starter set. It's a great place to start. It's going to come with the 8 models shown on the back and everything you need to play the game of Moonstone. I'm really excited to get this stuff into the shop, so these are going to be available in the shop online. And I'm very happy to be working with them because, as you can see, the quality of the production is amazing. So I'm going to start tipping some stuff out of here. See if we can get the cards out. And then, there we go. And then, there we go. So that's everything out of the box. Gorgeous boxes. Again, it's really small. You can see the starter set, if I put my hand next to it, is a really nice small little box. So inside, we've got some pop-out tokens. This is the movement and measurement stick that you're going to get, which has got 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch and 4 inch all available to you. Just pop it out. And the blue tokens here are your energy tokens that are going to be used to denote how many actions you can take during a model turn. We've got this gorgeous little quick start rule book. This isn't the full rules. You can buy the full rules online. As far as I'm aware, these rules are available as a download from the website as well, from the main Moonstone the game website. We've got a box of cards. Now we're going to come back to these. These are very important for the game, and are one of the things that makes it very different. But again, we'll go through more of that when we're going to do gameplay videos later on. This is more of an unboxing, and I'm going to try and do some gameplay later on. You get some dice, and these are used in the game, but not in the way we might expect. So we've got some D4s and a couple of D6s, and then we've got the character cards. Okay. And then in this, we've got the bases for the different models. As you can see, we're going to have some different size models, nice slot bases, but with a bit of a built-up base. So, what makes Moonstone different is that the dice aren't going to be used for combat. At the start of a game, you're going to take your handful of dice, however many specified in your thing. The only reason we're going to use D6, we're going to roll them to see who gets to go, decide if they're going to wake up first or second, or start first or second. The D4s are our Moonstones from the title, and all you're going to do is you're going to drop them above the board you're playing on, and wherever they are, that's where they'll live. You have to go and get them from. This Moonstone would take 3 actions to dig it up. This one would take 4. This one would take 1. So you're going to get a whole different range of sort of depth Moonstones, some easier to get, some harder to get, and whoever has the most Moonstones is the winner. That's the aim of the game, is to get these Moonstones. The cards that come with it are obviously the character cards. Again, they've got all the information you need. Okay, what their melee stats are, what their arcane stats are, their range. Okay, and what other special actions they've got. Right at the bottom down here, this is how many health points they've got, and the blue dots are how many actions they get. So you can see there, as you lose life, eventually you're going to start to lose actions. Now these are, you can use a dry white marker with these, yeah, and just colour in the dots as you go through. You can see, so some like that, you've got quite a few before you're going to lose health, but you've only got 3 actions. Whereas some other characters might have more health, more actions. Like here, Grub. He's got 4 actions, but you can see he's not going to have long before he's going to start losing that health off. Same with Beaky Bobby, who's a really wonderful model. and Doug the Flatulent. They're all going to get more actions, but they're going to get less opportunities to keep them because they're going to die a little bit quicker. Okay, the other cards that we're going to get in the box are our Arcane deck and our fighting deck. So when you get into a fight, someone's trying to rob a car. You're going to use these cards. You're going to get so many. The better you are at melee, the more of these you're going to get. And essentially you're going to choose one to play. So maybe your character's great with a falling swing. Maybe it lets them link in another move. Or you've got a couple, so you can play one followed by another. Okay, so you hide them, and you decide that's what you're going to play. The other person might pick something. Okay, so say they pick this one. You both reveal them, right, and then you look. So I did a falling swing, so we look what it did to a sweeping cut. And a sweeping cut against a falling swing deals 2 damage and suffers 3. So you can see there, to a sweeping cut we're going to deal 3 damage but suffer 2. So in that case both people would suffer damage if they're in range. But there are blocks and there are sort of ripostes as well. And the different cards react differently to different things. So you can see there, if we come up with a thrust against a low guard, we're just going to deal 1 and suffer none. But against the high guard, we deal none. So different attacks need different counters, if you like. And certain creatures can chain them. They're going to have different abilities to do, you see. Okay. The other thing is, when you're doing magic, you resolve it. It will want a cost to resolve. You'll get dent so many cards. They're in 3 different colours, green, blue and purple, depending on the skill. It will depend what you need. Okay. Some will need a certain number. Some will work better with the number. Now, with this, you're going to play a card and say what it is. You might say, right, purple 3. If they think you... No! If they think you're joking or bluffing, they can say that, and then when you turn it over, if you're right, you get to go again. If you were bluffing and you said purple 3, they say you're bluffing, you turn it over, then it fails. Okay, and they can replace the card with another, and as does these in the deck, where everything goes wrong and you may end up getting damage from your own attack, then bluffing needs to be carefully done. The way this actually works is that both of you will have a hand of these cards. So if the person you're trying to bluff has the card that you're trying to say you've got, then they're going to know, they're going to call your bluff. Again, if you're trying to say you've got lots of blue cards and they've got a handful of blue cards, they might think, oh, you're bluffing, let's call your bluff. Okay, the final thing to look at then is the minis. Now, I haven't built them yet. These are just as they come. So in here, you can see here we got the Vicious Midget with his big sword there. And in the background, the parts of Beaky Bobby. Okay, where's his head? That's his head there. So it's like a plague mask. And he's flashing everyone from his raincoat. One of my favourites, this is a lovely model when it's built up. This is Doug the Flatulent, which is essentially a small goblin knight riding on a pug dog. Which is just wonderful. And in this one we've got Grub, who was a mage who got a spell wrong and merged himself with a cockroach, I think, or some kind of insect. And with him we've got Friar Flavius, who's from the other faction, who's just a big bruiser. And he's got a weapon somewhere over that side, I think. There it is. Look. And then we've got in here Flintlock, who's got like a sniper rifle, and with him we've got Eric the Squire, who is kind of a support character. He'll boost some of your hero characters. And then finally we've got Baron Von Fancy Hat, who's the leader of the other ones, the other part of the humans in this one, if you like. So you've got humans and goblins in the starter set, and again he can work well with Eric because Eric will boost him up. You can see the miniatures are beautiful. There's not too much to stick together on them. You can see there's I can't really get that into focus, but there you've got a nice square, you've got a clear square on there for the parts to fit in. Most of the parts do have you can see like nice spots for the bits to stick onto, so you can have places to get glue and hide it. Like I say, it's a very interesting game. I'm really happy to be working with a company that produce it. The stuff they produce, the sets, the boxes, the models are gorgeous. They're bringing out more bits as they go along, doing some really cool Kickstarter stuff as well, where you can, like I say, look, the models are gorgeous, the boxes look gorgeous. Where they're going to expand the story, they expand the different things. The rule book is all neatly laid out. See, it's not huge. This is essentially, like I say, it's a cut down version of the book. You can buy the big hardcover that will have a lot more stuff. It shows you examples of what to do. But if you're looking for something a bit different, then this is certainly something you should consider. The dice mean that, yeah, there's going to be luck, but some of it you're playing to your strengths as a character. You're going to know what damage you're going to do on various different attacks. You're going to know what, maybe, if you know who you're fighting and you've seen their cards a few times, you're going to see sorry, you're going to have a position where you know what they're going to want to try and do. Maybe they've got a special move that they're going to want to get out on you, so maybe you're going to hedge your bets and try and block that, but maybe they're going to double bluff you. There's a whole element of kind of bluffing within that, as well as the wonderful magical system, like I say, where you're going to be using these lovely cards, linen finish, high quality cards that come with a set. But if you wanted to try it out a bit cheaper than that, then these little boxes will come with all the stuff you need to play this little faction, and the rules and the cards are available as PDFs to print out. But having said that, the 2-player start set is going to give you 8 characters. Now, the other interesting thing, which I should say, I know we're not really doing the gameplay stuff this time, I'm going to go into that more in the next video, but Moonstone is a multiplayer game. Now, if we were playing each other, the maximum models it suggests that we have would be 6. But then if there was 3 people playing, it would drop to 4, so that keeping the 12 model count. And if we were going to go down to go up to 4 players, it would drop to sort of 3 models each. So start set like this with 8 models. It's going to give you a really good place to begin. Like I say, I love the little widget. It's going to get you moving around the table. Everyone gets it. I think you can always take a free jog, which for different people is a longer move, but then you can take walks and things as well as by spending your energy. There's a great little card here which shows you what you can do, how to start, and the different actions you can take. Okay. The models all have a lot of different flavour to them. They all do different things and part of the game. So Doug, for example, what I was talking about earlier, I won't get his face on camera, is good at digging. However, if it goes wrong, then it backfires, literally. There's his little face. And you can end up causing yourself an injury. So there's loads of different stuff that are created by this mechanic of the catastrophes and of how you use your special powers. So if the things don't go how you want, if you don't get the cards you need to start off your special power in the right way, things can go wrong, like I say. And if you try and bluff too much and people start giving you these catastrophes, then like the Flintlock character, who's the shooter guy with the gun, he has to use the arcane cards because technology is sort of powered by magic in this as well. It's quite kind of steampunky kind of a world, steampunk fantasy. You can end up blocking his gun for the rest of the game if he ends up with the catastrophe. So anyway, that was all it was really, a quick unboxing, some gorgeous models. A great way to start you off. Like I say, there's nothing here for a couple of people to have a good game, or even 3 people to divide it up a bit, or even 4 people, take a couple of models each, and just throw them on the table and have a little skirmish battle. They don't last for they're not a huge amount of time, and obviously some of it's going to depend on how the moonstones drop and how much terrain, etc. you've got out there. They do recommend a good chunk of terrain out there, so that, you know, moving around and trying to gain the moonstones is more tactical. But hopefully that's given you an overview. See what you get in the box, like I say, and seeing some of the other stuff that's out there to add to it if you're into it. The models are gorgeous, the aesthetic's gorgeous, and like I say, I think it's a bit of a different game. It's got a bit of a board game feel as opposed to an out-and-out tabletop game, and I think that could appeal to a lot of people. For example, my wife's interested to try it, and she's not really a big tabletop kind of gamer. So, like I say, hopefully I can get these done up, do a bit of a rules video, and then after that we'll throw some out onto a table with some training. Hopefully get some games in. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say, if you want to come out now, we're going to get these up on the store. So if you're interested in picking up some of the sets, then drop on over to gameclubtabletop.co.uk and see what we've got on offer there. Thank you very much. I'll see you again. Bye.